Bum, bum, bum. Okay, I think I'm live. Yay. What? Probably better over there. Well, ignore that. Well, let's hopefully no one scrolls back to see that. Unless you want to pant, I guess. It's fine. We're fine. Everything's fine. Now I gotta go through my beginning. Beginning. Sketch. I would. I would probably. I would probably remember what I said. Let's go through my beginning. I gotta actually speak. I'm also used to just writing scripts for everything, but this time I cannot because otherwise there's a problem. I was gonna say I need to do a webcam, but I don't feel like it, so. And because it's gonna get. I can speak good today. And because it's gonna get. That's why I haven't. How's it going? You know what? I'm very proud of you. I don't do scripts very often, but I need to learn how to not do scripts because I said so. That's why. I would do music as well, but I'll just block it off. Anyway, to begin how I do all these 10 out of 10 role plays that I make. First, you gotta start with the script. You gotta make a very fun script. So, for this, I decided to make myself a basic, boring script because that's what you need as an example. What I did, I just had two people talk about stuff for a few seconds, maybe like 30 seconds at most, and then I'm just gonna make them do the thing that I said that they're gonna do. What I use is Trebly up here, obviously, because it's a free script writing program. You don't really have to. Most of the time, you could just probably use Google Docs if you really wanted to. Doesn't matter too much. But Trebly does the job. I'll show you an example, such as interior house day. David punching a child to sleep because he can't get it to be quiet for once in its life. Once in its life. So here we are. David, hitting child, go to sleep. The baby is no longer conscious. Baby face. See? As easy as that. And then if you really want to, you can do this thing called title pages. And you can title it David Punches a Baby. You can move it around with all that by James. Because I don't know anyone named James. And we don't really need this one. Because that's just your all that fun stuff. I do have scripts. And then you can preview it and look at this font. David Punches a Baby by James. That's the title page. Either way, it's pretty easy to find. Just look up Trebly, you'll find it. Anyway, you just gotta make a beginning script. I don't want to save it. Yes, discard. Okay, so just gotta make a beginning script, and life will be all good then. Where are we? Ooh, the. Stupid. Okay. I'm gonna post this stream onto this other channel so I can get nobody to watch me as well, and life will be good. I was watching how to do some. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about what I do with my spare time. That's for only me to know. Copy. Streaming. There we go. Good days, good days. Anyway. Now to actually go back to work. Once you get your script and you get to be all that thing called happy, and you like lose your script and be like, wow. I mean, look at the next day and be like, wow, this is even worse than I wanted it to be. And then you start crying and be like, why am I such an awful writer? And then you like rewrite it and then you're like, this is better. You look at it like a few minutes later or give it to somebody and you're like, I don't understand this. And then you try to explain it to them and then they just don't understand it again. So you have to rewrite it again and be like, why am I like this? And then you gotta be like, oh, Life is pain. And then rewrite it again until you finally get something that's just something that might work. And then you rewrite it again and say, this is where I am in life. Regardless, that's where it ends with. So I made a beginning basic script just so I can have an idea of what I'm making. I haven't actually made any of the actual things yet, because I want to just create something. So, I'll read it out for you. The small dinner place in the evening. Jazz music plays faintly in the background. Jake and Emily are seated at a small, romantically lit table. I thought longer than you would have thought to actually figure out what their names should be. I still don't like them. Jake leans forward, eyes sparkling. Emily, have you ever made a coffee cup out of clay before? She laughs lightly. Nope, most of my creations with clay turned out to be more abstract and less practical. What about you? Jake smiles, pulls out a small box from under the table, and sets it gently atop. Huh, okay, I thought my audio wasn't coming through. I was gonna cry. Jake, while opening the box, revealing handmade coffee cup. I actually decided to make the characters, one of them set something on the table, so I want to show you how I can do that with animating. Actually, yes, I wanted you to be the first person to look at this. I've been learning pottery. What a psychopath. Emily's eyes widen as she gasps, looking thoroughly impressed. Takes the cup, examining it. Wow, Jake, it's gorgeous! Hesitant, blushing slightly. I made it for you. Surprise looks at Jake. Seriously? Jake nods. Absolutely. Would you like me to show you how? Emily, excited. Yes, of course. I would love that. Jake orders more coffee, and they engage in a warm discussion with the crafted coffee cup sitting between them on the table. Fade to black. Either way, it's rather boring, and nothing much happens, but it is a good starting point. So that's where I am. Once you have your script, and you turn it into a script using whatever, I usually make like PDFs for them, and then I have people read them, and then they're like, why do you do this? And read, that's why. One page, it should be roughly like 30 seconds to a minute. Got your script. And then you have to get your voice actors, unfortunately, to send you stuff that'll totally not take 2 days. So I got their lines. And then you'd be like, wow, look at their voice acting.
Emily, have you ever made a coffee cup out of clay before?
See, examples. This is great.
Precisely what I said, Alice. Your chores have been seen to. Mr. and Mrs. Woods, along with Mr. Grayson and Miss Clara, are...
Also, just realized they sent me the wrong one. Give me a sec.
Precisely what I said, Alice. Your chores...
This is for the wrong one. different skit. That's funny. That was stupid. Not Crusade Tryouts. I have some other stuff. You don't have to worry about it. That was for the... I have an Alice skit planning, so don't worry about it. There we go. Whoop. Maverick. It's make a blockbuster with you. Jake and Emily. This is the first other simple one. Where is it anyway? No. Give me a second. I totally know what I'm doing. I'm not bad at my job. This isn't my job, that's why. I've messaged so many people in the past, like, few minutes. Definitely not them. Okay, who was it? I have it in my sex channel. Pretend I'm being very entertaining right now. Others. Staff chat. Okay, it was the same person, that's why. I just downloaded the wrong audio. Did they put it in line submissions? They did. Let's go. Alright. So I did have both audios. I'm just a mastermind. That's what it is. Anyway, the second one.
Nope. Most of my creations with clay turned out to be more...
So now we have to do the fun thing called editing. I have paid for Sony Vegas. Well, it's called Vegas Pro now, but That's what I'm gonna use as an example. And sadly, I'm gonna have to put headphones on. I don't like wearing headphones. But I have to. So let me do that and switch the audio over for both of us. Life is pain. Properties. Oh, it's probably just gonna follow it anyway. They have it on default. Okay. Whatever. On future projects, you gotta edit it and put the audio together. Before you can even start body acting, you have to actually, like, put the audio together. And make sure they sound fine. Jake and Emily. That's what they are. My favorite part is to hear them simultaneously.
Have
Nope.
you ever made a
Most of my
coffee cup?
creations with clay.
That's great. I love it. Life is not pain. And on the left side of my monitor, I tend to have the audio. I have the script over here, so I can follow the script. It starts off with a few seconds of like just jazz music playing, Jake and Emily sitting in a small romantically lit area. That take a few seconds. 4 seconds. That should be good enough. Most of the time, my consistency is wrong, and then I have to re-edit it, re-throw it back in, re-body act it, and then cry about it later. Because that's life for you. So we start with Jake, with his first line.
Emily, have you ever made a coffee cup out of clay before?
I have not. Thanks for asking.
Emily, have you ever made a coffee?
Most of the time, when you get these voice lines, you have voice actors tend to send you 2 or 3 different takes, and you gotta choose the best of it. It would definitely be easier if they just sent you 1 take each, but you want multiple takes so you know which one's the best. And that's why you have them do multiple times. It's not a headache in editing.
Actually, yes.
Yes. Good too.
Emily, have you ever made a coffee cup out of clay before? Emily, have you ever made a coffee cup out of clay before?
Wow. Let's go with the first one. Delete that, and you drag this. Right, I tend to also put this slightly over it so the audio kind of mixes.
Or
Nope.
You also gotta make sure they don't talk too fast so it's not like immediately after.
before?
Like how they already know they said it before they're actually gonna talk. It's gotta sound nice. It's gotta sound nice, everybody. I'm sorry, I'm not going insane. I hope. Maybe I am. Happens to the worst of us. Sorry, guys. So, I could just put it here. It still sounds odd.
Play before? Play before?
Nope. Most of my creations with clay turned out to be more abstract and less practical. What about you?
I paid them $8 for this, by the way.
No. Most of my creations with clay turned out Most of my creations with clay turned out to be more
Play, dream.
abstract,
Like dream? I'm sorry.
abstract and less practical. What about you? No. Most of my creations with clay turned out to be more abstract and, well, less than practical. What about you?
Best part.
Have you ever made
If you've ever had to take a casting call and listen to the same line 3 times over for over 100 auditions, you understand my pain. It's okay. They're good voice actors. That's why I get them.
Nope. Most of my creations with clay turned out to be more. Most of my creations with clay turned out to be more. Most of my creations with clay turned out to.
Between these two.
My creations with clay turned out to be more abstract and less practical. Abstract and less practical.
Yeah, the first one's fine.
Nope. Most of my creations with clay turned out to be more abstract and less practical. What about you?
I'm enjoying this. Got my cat in the corner. Life is good. I hope. Alright. Next line is Jake smiles and pulls out a small box, so we need a slight pause between. And then he's gonna say, while opening the box, yes. You know?
Actually, yes.
Also, if you notice,
More
their
Before?
TV, or that
Nope.
thing,
Most of my
slightly off. -19, -13. Good though.
Emily, have you ever made a coffee cup out of clay before?
Nope. Most of my creations with clay turned out to be more abstract and less.
As you can tell, the decibels are off. His seems more demanding because he's masculine. Hers does not because she's feminine. Sure love audio. Anyway, I gotta slightly adjust it so they match. Turn down.
Made a coffee cup.
Fun fact, this is the Sam voice actor. This is not the Sam voice actor. Unless it is. We can always check later.
Have you ever made a coffee?
Creations with clay turned out to be more.
Have you ever made a coffee cup
Yeah, I'll make it louder. Might as well.
out of clay before?
Whoop.
Clay before? Out of clay before?
Oh, okay, I see the issue here.
Ever made a coffee cup?
I know what I'm doing.
Have you ever made a coffee?
Nope. Most of my creations with clay. Nope. Most of my creations with clay turned out to be more abstract and less practical.
Emily, have you ever made a coffee cup out of clay before?
They sound about roughly the same. It should be fine. Alright, small pause.
What about you?
Like, slaps it on the top.
Actually,
What about you?
And slaps it on the top.
Yes. I wanted
Nice. Now I gotta hear it 3 times.
you to be the first person to
I'm not complaining. It sounds like I am. But I enjoy listening to nice voices.
be the first person
Unlike
to look at
mine,
this.
of course.
I've been learning pottery.
It's been learning pottery, guys. Okay, yeah, that was part of the first line. Sometimes I'm not even sure what I write.
I've been learning pottery. Actually, yes. I wanted
I think I like that one better than this one.
yes. Yes. I wanted you to be the first person to look at this. I've been learning pottery.
I like that one. That was good.
I made it for you.
He lies easily as he breathes. Like,
Cool. What about you?
slap.
Actually,
Slap. Slap.
What about you?
yes. I wanted you to be the first person to look at this. I've been learning pottery.
It's learning pottery. I'm so proud of you, Sam. That was real name, by the way. Wow, Jake, it's gorgeous.
Have you ever made a coffee cup out of clay before? Have you?
Oh, yeah. I tend to subconsciously begin to start saving it because I am terrified of it crashing multiple times.
Wow, Jake, it's gorgeous. Oh, Jake, it's gorgeous.
I like the first one more.
Wow, Jake, it's gorgeous.
Third one should be fine. I'll do the third one. Look,
I'm learning pottery.
Wow, Jake, it's gorgeous.
should probably save it though. Wrongs. That's for Crusade. You'll never learn. I never learn. It's how to make a blockbuster. Put that one in. How to make a blockbuster. Gorgeous. Is it? Gorgeous.
I
Or sound like the word gorgeous. It sounds like such a mouthful. You guys ever notice that? It's so full. It's passion, of course.
I made it for you. I made it for you. Absolutely.
Do I want the little cough? What I want without the little cough?
I made it for you.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes.
I
It's gorgeous.
I made it for you.
I've never actually taken up pottery in my life. I don't think I ever will. But it's a nice thought.
Seriously? Yes, of course.
Yes, of course.
You.
Seriously?
For you.
Seriously?
Feels too
For
slow.
you.
Seriously?
Yeah, that'll work. I keep reopening. It's getting seriously? Absolutely.
Absolutely. Would you like me to show you how? Absolutely. Would you like...
Nah, first one sounded happier.
Seriously?
Absolutely. Would you like me to show you how?
Yes, of course. I would love that. Yes, of course. I would love that. Absolutely.
Side note, I thought this voice actor was a guy when I first contacted them. I'm not going to explain why.
Absolutely. I would love that. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Oh, they added some extra dialogue to
That.
this.
Yes, of course.
Sure.
You how?
Yeah.
You how? You how?
Yeah.
You how?
Yes, of course. I would love that. Absolutely. I would love that.
Oh, they changed the last
That
song.
sounds like a lot of fun.
Did they? I just send them around. No, I didn't know.
Absolutely.
Starts crying.
Would you like me to show you how? Would you like me to show you how?
Absolutely. I would love that.
See, that's part of
Sounds like a lot of fun.
editing. Anyway, that's. I think we're good. Let's listen to it fully through.
Emily, have you ever made a coffee cup out of clay before?
Nope. Most of my creations with clay turned out to be more abstract and less practical. What about you?
Actually, yes. I wanted you to be the first person to look at this. I've been learning pottery.
Wow, Jake! It's gorgeous!
I made it for you.
Seriously?
Absolutely. Would you like me to show you how?
Absolutely! I would love that! That sounds like a lot of fun.
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 script. Would steal again. Sadly, I did not. Maybe I should have. I'd make a blockbuster.wave. You render it, turn it into a wave file. Or MP3, I think. I think only wave works. I think only wave works for Blockbuster, so turn it into a wave file. And then you have this 10 out of 10 file. Slap it in here and call it Blockbuster. Perfect. And then you gotta get this thing called Minecraft. I know it's hard to get, and no one really heard of this game, but you get it. I've been using the mod for the app. It's quite helpful. 10 out of 10. Would steal again. Minecraft. Either way, have it open. Just gotta do some Minecraft stuff. That's what this is for. I gotta turn my headphones off, because screw headphones, and I don't. Screw headphones. That's my reason. Here, that's better. Gotta keep doing black thing, because I go to full screen when I do that. I probably shouldn't go to full screen. Happens to the worst of us. I realize it's echoing, that makes me sad. Anyway, so once we want to get a scene, we gotta go here, and you gotta create a new scene. We'll call it test. Actually, I'm gonna call it blockbuster. This is for Crusade. That's what these are for. They're oh so wonderful. And you gotta create a new character. When you want to create a new skin, you do the fun thing called going to MinecraftSkins.com, finding one that might work. I don't know if this is considered stealing or not. I mean, they're here and they're downloaded, so I imagine everybody wants it. Side note, yeah, I actually tend to like Minecraft female skins a lot more than the guy skin because they look stupid most of the time. Sakura it is. Download. And now we need a guy skin. Summer solstice it is. Perfect. I think those will work fine. And that's where I get my skins. Very cool. Otherwise, if I want like 3D, I didn't do that. Since we also want eyes to move, you gotta get this fine thing. You gotta open a folder first. You gotta go to the Minecraft folder if you have Blockbuster installed. If you don't have Blockbuster installed, why are you watching this? Go to this fun folder. Go to config, Blockbuster, models, and there's all those stuff. But find one that says eyes, which is this one. Mine's usually empty because screw that. I have my own eyes folder I put stuff in. All that fun stuff. So, since they're 64 by 64, we need to go to paint.net. I did skip the point where we're supposed to find a set, but, well, I found a set, so here's the set. Very cool, thank you for watching. Anyway, so, we need this little file. Usually I just use the Steve one. And it looks like this. I can probably put it in the description or somewhere so you can download it and all that fun stuff. It'll be quite helpful because we're going to do this to make the eyes move. So first, we need the skins. That's what here's for. I'm going to put them in skits. Blockbuster. And drag the skins in there. This is for... Let's do Sakura's first. They got 2 eyes. Can you believe it? First, the pupils. That's what this is. Let me change this color. This is what the pupils are. Amazing. And now right here, this is like the eyes right here. That's what these are. This is... We don't technically need to change it, but I will, because right here, I believe, either here. One of these 2 spots. We'll see it in game anyway. But I can check real quick. I go to eyes. I think I have it on Allison. Yeah, right there. So yeah. Right here. This is where you put these. That's where you fill in the edges of the eyes that are not the eyes themselves, but like the white parts. That's what goes there. Oh, very cool. Thanks for coming my TED Talk. Right here is the eyebrows. They're just black, so that's not very hard to fill in. And then we got our skin color. Usually the eyelids that come down and all that fun stuff. And that's what we fill in. I'm not very good at skin designing. That's why I have people to skin design for me. So, all the fun stuff. Perfect. Now it's my little skin design for the eyes. For Sakura. Or gonna. I guess Emily, that's what her name is. Put them in background. Call it Blockbuster. Very cool. What's her name again? Emily. Perfect. No, I got that. Eyes. Models. YouTube. It's a Blockbuster. This guy. Luckily, he also has 2 eyes. It's made by the same person, I think. Weird coincidence, really. Perfect. Get his eye color. Now we're gonna color it in. We eyebrows. Click. 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 We. And now for the skin. Click. Click. And yay. Look at that. Isn't this the best part? Those are like screwed. Anyway, we gotta save those. Now, we gotta go here. You select both of their eyes and delete them. And you get their eyebrows and set it and get rid of them. And you save. That's not what I meant to do. And you save their file. If it is this, and then I put NB for no brows, but NB now just stands for like it's not the main skin. Same for Emily's skin. What? You get both of their eyes and delete them. Explanation for this one is because you're going to replace them with a separate skin file, which were the eyes we just made. That's why we covered them. Indeed. Now, to show you that all in game, I will give you an example. Here's their character model. Look, it's Clara. Can you believe it? So first, get one of them. We're gonna do Emily first. So that's dead Alex. Alex 3D. Put their skin on them. Blockbuster. Could be the NB one. This one. As you can see, she has no eyes. Very cool. She looks very dead inside. This is where we go to the body part, create one, you click their head, and scroll to these eyes. You pick materials, and that's why I got background eyes. And here, Emily. And they become this, which is where we now move them down to. Also realized I've screwed it up a little bit. I've noticed I messed something up. There's holes in her eye. I feel like we have a problem here. Let's fix that. It's gonna be that for both of them now, isn't it? Nice to know. YouTube, one eyes, background, blockbuster, Emily. Life is pain. What if I move them over slightly? And then color both of these in. It's not what I meant to click. Save as Emily 2. Click, click, click. Wow, they look the same. Let's make it fully white then. Alright, then Emily 3. Hello? Why is it doing that? Why is your eyes doing that? Why is there a hole in it? There shouldn't be a hole in your eye. Of course, I have issues when I don't want to have issues. Assume it's the same thing for the other eye, too. Yep. Why is it doing that? It's because of this. What color goes in? I don't know, see what happens if I do that. Emily, 0. Okay. Thanks, Blockbuster. You're the best. You're the best. I care about you. Mm. Mm. No, that didn't change anything. Just made her arms larger. Okay, and then if I put it like... Okay, let's steal Lewis's eyes. What difference did I do in his eyes compared to theirs? Let's see, it's gonna be... Oh. I see. Steve's eyes are two blocks. These are not. I see the problem. I gotta make it larger. Control C, Control V. Yeah, like that. Basically paste, and that's where we'll now go get their eyes. Blockbuster. Biscuits. Fuck ya, bra. Give me your eye color. Click. Oh, I can just copy and paste it. Whoop. I think it's the same, but I'm gonna copy and paste it regardless. To be sure. First try, guys. No issue here. I know what I'm doing. Good thing this is gonna be a video. Anyway, all fixed. We're good, so. See. It'll be 0. Then. Him. Eyes, background. Blockbuster. Jake from State Farm. Oh, I still need the other eyes, don't I? The Control V. So C, Control V. And Control C, Control V. There we go. Save as 0. Perfect. First try. Go away, spam. First try, first try. Now. Emily. Gotta rename it something else because it still thinks it's the other one. Emily. Again. Copy. Perfect. There, first try. We got the eyes all again. So that's what they look like. They look like the skin itself. But you can now go ahead and edit and change the eyes to be angry. Angy Emily. Angy Emily. And we got Derp Emily. Interested Emily. Wow. Very cool. And you can close her eyes, which is quite helpful. Side note, by the way. There are many of the models you have in here. They don't tend to actually have 3D on, which is right here. So make sure you turn that on. Yeah. Then save the model. Just always make sure the 3D's on. Especially if you have 3D characters. But if it messes up the model, then turn it off. You know? Yeah, all that fun stuff. That's if you also don't want to design the eyes 700 times. Unless you're doing what I do, and I have a thing with Clara where I have to do it 575, I believe. But it is quite helpful. Regardless of what they look like. So we'll call this one Emily 1. Emily. Perfect. That's her. Emily for you. And now I got it. What's the guy's name again? Jake? Yeah, Jake. Jake 1. Create the characters. What? That's not what that is. What? Now I gotta change the eyes. Be Jake. And his model will be this. Perfect. Now we got Jake and Emily. I don't really care which person you choose. Actually, body acts first. I tend to just do the most important ones. But both of them are equally important. I'm gonna do Jake first because he's gonna set an item on the table. Side note. I use this specific area a lot. It's quite helpful. I like it. Alright, so. Body act. Now I need their audio. You go here. I don't need that. You go to the audio that you have saved. You've put in a folder probably. Control C, Control V. And that's not it. Close it. There it is. Oh. Now, to show you an example. Now it's recording, and you get to hear the audio.
Emily, have you ever made a coffee cup out of clay before?
Very cool. So, I don't tend to actually make the characters sit in it, because for some reason when I do that, it messes up them somehow, so I tend to just have them stand here. What the fuck? Okay. I have them stand here, and then I have their models sitting. Like this. And then when I have them recording, they will be sitting down. But for recording purposes, I shall show them how to do it without starting right there. So now we shall try to follow the script. And I need something set on the table, but I'll figure that out. Supposed to be pottery, I guess.
Emily, have you ever made a coffee cup out of clay before?
I fucked that one up. You gotta record 300 times before you get what you want. It's great.
Emily, have you ever made a coffee cup out of clay before?
Nope. Most of my creations with clay turned out to be more abstract and less practical. What about you?
Actually, yes. I wanted you to be the first person to look at this. I've been learning pottery.
Wow,
I'm supposed to
Jake.
set something on the table. Just smile and then put out a box. Set one right there. I gotta like look down and then pretend to set something there. I don't have to punch. If I punch, that'll mess it up. I gotta like look down and then act like I set something on the table. And then actually, yes. Alright. Yay.
Emily, have you ever made a coffee cup out of clay before?
Nope. Most of my
It's the
creations
best
with
part.
clay turned out to be more abstract and
Love
less
gaming.
practical. What about you?
Actually, yes. I wanted you to be the first person to look at this.
Also
I've
did
been
not
learning
look
pop.
down, so life is pain. Try this again. 4th time's the charm. Emily.
Have you ever made a coffee cup out of clay before?
Nope.
Good
Most
idiot.
of my creations with clay
even
turned
make
out
it.
to be more
Coffee cup
abstract
clay.
and less practical. What about you?
Actually, yes. I wanted you to be the first person to look at this. I've been learning pottery.
Ah!
Wow.
Life is pain. I'm learning pottery. Probably did correctly and I fucked it up.
Emily, have you ever made a coffee cup out of clay before?
Nope. Most of my creations
Idiot.
with clay
Can't
turned out to
make
be more
Coffee cup at clay.
abstract and less practical.
Look down.
What about you?
Actually, yes. I wanted you to be the first person to look at this. I've been learning pottery.
Wow, Jake, it's gorgeous.
I made it for you.
Seriously?
Wow.
Absolutely.
Fuck!
Would you like me to show you how?
Trust me. I almost had it. I forgot the rest of the lines.
Emily, have you ever made a coffee cup out of clay before?
Nope.
I have not.
Most of my
Thanks for
creations with clay turned
for
out to be
asking.
more abstract and less practical. What about you?
Actually, yes. I wanted you to be the first person to look at this.
Wow.
I've been learning pottery.
Wow, Jake, it's gorgeous.
I made it for you.
Seriously?
Absolutely. Would you like me to show you how?
Absolutely. I would love that. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yay. And then I was gonna zoom out and then we're all gonna cry ourselves. Now I get to watch it. Idiot. Idiot. Can do his own job.
Emily, have you ever made...
Alright, now for Emily. See Emily. I see you, jockey.
Emily, have you ever made a coffee cup out of clay before?
Nope. Most of my creations with clay turned out to be more abstract and less practical. What about you?
Ah! Fucked it up. I see you, Jake.
Emily, have you ever made a coffee cup out of clay before?
Nope. Most of my creations with clay turned out to be more abstract and less practical. What about you?
Actually, yes. I wanted you to be the first person to look at this. I've been learning pottery.
Wow, Jake, it's gorgeous.
I made it for you.
Seriously?
Wow.
Absolutely. Would you like me to show you how?
Absolutely. I would love that. That sounds like a lot of fun.
And then we get to stare off in the abyss and cry ourselves. Alright, let's watch it. Let's see how it looks. Look at him just standing there.
Emily, have you ever made a coffee cup out of clay before?
Nope. Most of my creations with clay turned out to be more abstract and less practical. What about you?
Actually, yes. I wanted you to be the first person to look at this. I've been learning pottery.
Wow, Jake, it's gorgeous.
I made it for you.
Seriously?
Absolutely. Would you like me to show you how?
Absolutely! I would love that. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Very cool. Very cool. Alright, now for this our third best thing, and I don't know, I keep saying best. So, now we get to move their bodies. First, I need to set something on the table. He's gonna set something on the table, like here, I believe. I need to make an actor stand there. That's what the third one's going to be. Cup. It's gonna be called Cup. And it shall be... We'll find something. Are you on clay? It's like literal clay. It's a coffee cup, I believe. What he said, right? Yeah, coffee cup. So let's pretend one of these are made of clay. Like coffee grinder. Just sets that on the table. Coffee grinder. So far, this looks the closest that could work. Yeah, that worked. So, this should be you. So I'm going to have him stand staring for like, I need a term.
Emily,
Yeah, shut up. Alright, you're on face this way and do not move. I shall just be in third person. You can't see it.
Emily,
You'll see it in a bit.
have you ever made a coffee cup out of clay before?
Nope. Most of my creations with clay turned out to be more abstract and less practical. What about you?
Actually, yes. I wanted you to be the first person to look at this. I've been learning pottery.
Wow, Jake, it's gorgeous.
I made it for you.
Seriously?
Absolutely. Would you like me to show you how?
Absolutely! I would love that. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yay. Like, so, now that we have that, you need to go to your options, controls, and then search if you can, but really just search camera, editor. I set mine as G, because I can. Anyway, have that working. Hold the playback button, which you'll find right there. Shift right click, click your scene, and press your button. It'll look like this. We'll make them new. This is a new camera. It's right here. We don't need this up. I'll show you how to do that in a sec. Well, yeah, you will need that up. There's this. You can go through the scene. If you press this, you see they move throughout the whole thing.
I wanted you to...
Jake!
If you press F, it goes to flight mode. Then you can drag it around, go around, hold the middle button back and forth to change the speed of how fast you're going. Shift to go up and down, space to go up, I mean. All that fun stuff. You can hold the middle button and then scroll forward and back to zoom in. If you hold right click and then turn, you can spin it like a Dutch angle. I don't tend to do that though. But regardless, first we're going to work on the cup. Just we press this button. Okay, first you click this button, it's player recording editor, and you click the thing you're going to do if you want to animate them. But we're going to do the cup first. Click, and you bring this up, and you click the second spot because you want to be able to see it. When you press plus, you're going to start here. Plus over here, by the way. Scroll down until you find morph. Like that. And do the same thing. Also realize how I screwed that one up. Life is pain. So we need to re-record that now. Okay. I need to record this to the point you can see the coffee cup. Right now, you can't actually see it. That's the problem. So the second best option, what I tend to do, is this. I shall show you. Since you won't see him in the scene, I can probably just have him standing over here. Maybe right to the left. Better if I have him stand right. Have him behind him, funny. Right here. We shall turn the coffee cup into Fred. Perfect. And then body part. Actually, better if I do this one without the head. Body part. Head. That's where we pick the item. Coffee cup. Gotta translate it up. Set it on his head. It's funny. Anyway, just have him stand right.
Emily, have you ever made a coffee cup out of clay before?
Nope. Most of my creations with clay turned out to be more abstract and less practical. What about you?
Actually, yes. I wanted you to be the first person to look at this. I've been learning pottery.
Wow, Jake! It's gorgeous!
I made it for you.
Seriously?
Absolutely. Would you like me to show you how?
Absolutely! I would love that! That sounds like a lot of fun.
If you are slightly more versed with Blockbuster, you may be wondering why I'm not just whipping out a model block. You were about to learn why. So now, I must go back to this scene. We shall click cup 1, and we shall now create a morph for him. There is his coffee cup. We shall now translate it this way. If you hold the screen, and then you press W, A, and D, you can move, by the way. We must translate the coffee cup over here. So right here, roughly around this area. You don't have to change the Y just yet, but make sure it matches. And that's perfectly fine. You don't want it to go through the table. You also don't want it to slightly lean either. So that'll work. You go to this, you can see. You also may notice that the thing is obviously not as bright as this. That's because it's taking the light from over here, and we moved it over here. It's not getting light from there. So we have to get where are you? Oh, a model block. Get a model block. Right here. And create. And turn him into light. God damn, that's bright. That did not work. Try that again. Light. Do you have light now? You're supposed to have light. I want to set it like above him though. I like to set it inside of him. Pick light. Click. There we go. Now he's lit up. So I move him over here, boom, he's got light. Problem is, it's too way light over here now. So I need to dim this slightly. Don't want 15. Let's do 10. That should be fine. Yeah, 10 should be fine. That doesn't affect it very much. So now we have light, and it seems to match the lighting over here. So happy face, happy face. Yay! Which I will just drag you the first one because we wanted to start out right here anyway. I lied to you. So delete that and keep it. It's not here yet. Or, you know what, screw it. I lied to you. Keep it here. We want to keep it right here. For now. Now let's go back to Jake. I will show you how to make them sit. Yeah, morph them again. Create another thing. Select Jake. Edit. And then have him sit again. And then drag to the first one. And now he's going to start sitting. Very cool. You're welcome. So we want him to set the coffee cup down right after her line. Or like right as it ends.
Nope. Abstract and less practical.
When he looks down, of course. I need him to look up, so right around here. Create another morph. Select him. Create pose. Grab this arm. I lied to you. Go to body parts. Create a new body part. Select this arm. And pick the coffee cup. There we go. Now, we need to move the coffee cup down his arm. Put in the right arm. Wrong arm. Okay, whatever. Translate it back. I meant to move it down his arm, not like... Yeah, that'll work. Whatever. Translate, rotate. Get it to 0. Okay, let's not rotate. Let's rotate to 9, no. 90, 180. Yeah, 180 probably works the best. Slightly have it out. I want it to, you know, coming out of his... I want to be holding it, you know, of course. Down his arm. I'm going to rotate it. I think I prefer rotated that way, to be honest. But either way, we have to match it to this right here. But not yet, of course. I think that'll be fine. Either way, I'm gonna have him have that since the beginning. Control C. I need him to hide his arm slightly. It's poking through the top. There. Looks down. That's where he's gonna right around there. I also pasted it in the wrong spot. Does that mean delete? Right there. This is where we press the button called animate. We rotate his arm upwards. Also notice his model is the wrong one, because his seems to be made in Alex, so we're going to set it as the Alex model. Which you have to do that for every single one. Set that also as the Alex model. Back to here. Rotate his arm upwards. We shall also rotate this. First, we need to match it up with this coffee cup. Need to match his arm to like rotate in the right spot first. Click, click, him to anchor his body slightly closer. There we go. Now I'm gonna match it with this. It's gonna be hard because it's inside of him. Now I gotta re-rotate you. Translate. Zero, zero, zero. So I guess I do need to rotate it anyway. Zero. It's hard to get it to work perfectly as you want it to. Gotta like perfectly adjust it, you know. And there's the cup again. I'm also gonna turn off his arms while he's moving. Dead Alex arms. That worked a little better than I expected. Gotta slowly zoom it up. Balls. Rotate you. That's hard to rotate. Just trying to rotate you. Feels like I just rotate the other one. This plane would probably be easier. Yes, that'll work. At this point, it's fine. We're good. There we go. Looks a bit odd, but it should be fine. Now I need to rearrange cup. That's where we shall rearrange you to match. We just want it to look nice, you know. Perfect. Sorta. Rotate. That should be actually really close. Now, if I were to go back here, cup, and immediately go here and delete the cup, and have him reset his pose. I'm gonna say it's active 5 because it feels too long for 10. Okay, 5 still feels too long for that one. So I'm gonna bring you down to 5. Looks a little odd, but this is just for training purposes.
Cool.
Actually,
There we go. See? This is weird. Oh, I need to turn these off. It's probably bothering someone. Now it looks alright.
actually,
Now
yes.
we have it done.
I wanted you to be the first person to look at this. I've been learning pottery.
Wow, Jake, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, it's a blue cup. So we have that. That's the hard part. It's all set up. Now we gotta have her sit. You can do it the other way, the way I just showed you, or you could, since she doesn't have many movements, you could quite literally just have her sit right here. And it'll fix it. It's not too hard. Luckily, now that you can't actually see him over here with the teacup head, you have to worry about it in this scene. Now for the next part. This is where we do camera angles, because everything's set. That's not true, I just realized. Now we need to do eyes. We're gonna have Jake. Yeah, let's do Jake first, since I was more focused on him. Keep this up. He doesn't need any facial expressions right now. Keep it as it is.
Emily, have you ever made a coffee cup out of clay before?
Nope. Most of my creations with clay turned out to be more
Well,
abstract and less practical.
yeah,
What about you?
I'm gonna have him look down right here. You could use chameleon eyes, but those look stupid. The 340, I believe. Somebody should have remembered. Right here, we're gonna have him. Click body part. You see head, edit, and we have him look down. Change this to usually 3 because that's the main one I tend to have it at.
What about you?
Looks down. There, you can see it. You can't really see it right there.
What about
And he looks down.
you?
I switch back because I had his body thing, so I'll continue. I'll have him look back up right here anyway. So I'll just animate it to 5 because might as well. Yeah, so there, now I'm gonna scroll back up.
Actually,
Based on how he sounded, it wouldn't be bad to have him, his eyes do this sort of thing. So suspicious. We shall translate it up a little. There.
actually,
Yeah, see? Little dot right there. I think it looks fine.
yes.
And I'll have it. Also realize you do not need this to animate because he doesn't move his body. You do need the eyes to animate though. Always have the eyes in here animated. Because it looks nice.
Yes. Yes.
That to match when he says yes, they'll have to switch back. So right around there.
Yes.
Goes down just as he says yes.
Yes. I wanted you to be the first person to look at this. I've been learning pottery.
Wow, Jake, it's gorgeous.
Could be a subtle thing. You could have him look to the left or right. Be like, wow. Look at those subtle details. Keep copying and pasting it because it's just easier than going back through it. Not angry. Interested wouldn't be right either. Sometimes I'm just not really sure what to put there, and I just don't do anything. There. Move down again.
I made it for you.
It might be better if I put it right here.
I made it for you.
Serious?
And have him slowly look back up. He's like gauging her reaction.
Seriously?
Absolutely. Would you like me to show you how?
Absolutely.
One thing that bothers me about it is they said absolutely twice, like right after each other.
Would you like me to show you? Would you like me to show you how?
I was thinking I'd make him look happier right here, but based on the voice, he doesn't sound like giddy. But that could just be his voice. Plus, the happy looks a bit uncanny on this one.
Would you like me to show you how?
It'd be fine. I'll keep it like that.
Absolutely. I would love that. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, we can keep it like that. So let's go back to Emily. Not that we haven't done much with her yet. That's one because she seems to be a bit more expressive. We can probably make her more expressive.
Emily, have you ever made a coffee cup out of clay before?
Yay. More. Where are you, Emily? There you are. Click, click, click. I think a little happy bounce might be nice.
No.
Wrong one. And then we can go back. I think the default will just copy.
Nope. Most. Nope. Most of my.
No, it didn't seem right.
Nope. 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 Most of my creations with clay turned out to be more.
Have her look off to the right. Click. There it is.
Abstract and less practical.
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
Actually, yes. I wanted you to be the first person to look at this.
I'm gonna do the interested eyes. Interested eyes. That's quite good.
I've been learning pottery.
Oh, not yet.
Wow, Jake! It's gorgeous!
I made it for you.
Envious. Bring these down though. I don't particularly want those two. I was thinking it was going to. What if I change it to 0? I don't know. We'll keep that up. I fucked that one up. 1. Change you to 0. 0. 0. I think that looks the eyes of pity. Is that pity? Did that make pity? Kinda. It's funny. Made her look pity.
Seriously?
She just looks at him pitifully. Seriously? Oh, that's funny.
Seriously?
But depending on the context, I tend to use interested as scared as well because I think it works. I'll show you an example. This, I can just drag you down. Usually to 5.5, I believe. Yeah. Or like worried and stuff like that. And then I turn the shape keys to 0. Keep it like that. Otherwise, it's also straight up just scared. Just that. It works as well, but I think he's interested for other things as well. I didn't mean to make her look pitifully at him. I'm gonna make her just have her eyes. Literally what I just did, and then I removed it in my mastermind. You know?
Seriously?
Absolutely.
Whoop.
Would you like me to show you how?
I will just do happy.
Absolutely! I would love that! That sounds like a lot of fun.
There we go. That's the eyes. Perfect. Mastermind. Yay. Yay. Also happy. It's good days. Now I get to do the 5th, 500th best thing. Okay. Camera angles. What I've learned, apparently you're supposed to be zoomed in a lot more than I usually was. So, tend to go to just FOV 30, then go to the camera and move around. It's quite helpful. So, there's smooth jazz going on. Let's just have them. Actually, let's switch shaders. Let's see if any of them fit better. BS, not BSL, but I know what I mean. That one looks too dark. Try silvers. Weirdly, it's not as colorful as I was expecting. I do Nostalgia for Maverick, and I do Beyond Belief for Crusade. BSL. Light speed there. BSL looks kind of disappointing. Chaka Pig. That looks nice. A little bit more vibrant. Dr. Destins. Yay. Oh boy, do I love stealing. Yay. Look at my questions of the day on my server. They're so great. Mm-hmm. Okay. Took a little longer than expecting. Dust for Distance sucks. Why do I even have those treasures? The Oceano. Ooh. Light speed. Oh, my cat looks so cute today. He's just lying there, sleeping. Beautiful cat. So cute. Oh, she's stretching. Why is this taking so long? Minecraft. I do music, as I said, but I can't. Otherwise, life will be pain. That it, of course. I think I have to. I want to restart Minecraft, and I have to. Probably gonna have to. I'll wait another few minutes, and if it switches, we'll be good. Usually I sit here and just like watch random or read. Watch something on my phone or read or cry. You know, all that fun stuff. What the hell? I pay for something? I don't think I use PayPal. The hell is this for? Yep, time to restart Minecraft. Life is pain. I'm gonna probably delete that one. I gotta figure out what I just paid. Oh, I got a notification on Twitter. I got another VTuber that followed me. Why do VTubers keep following me? I do have the same amount of followers as I do following now, so that's nice. Yay! Minecraft, Minecraft, Minecraft. Well, I gotta disable something on PayPal, because PayPal's making me pay something that I paid. I don't know what it is. It's not like it's just automatically. It's like an automatic payment that I have. I don't tend to like doing those, so I always turn them off and just manually pay for everything. Feels nicer that way. Thanks, Minecraft. It's not that. Where are you? It usually just lists in the payment that I can just turn it off. Whatever. Wait, do I still have Dr. Destin's on? No, turn off. Kind of like make me restart again. It's harder than it should be to switch shaders. Like restart and delete the shaders because it sucks. There we go. Perfect. We're good. Guess we're sticking with nostalgia. Nostalgia it is. Anyway, I got to change this because unless you create like new things on the profile for the camera, it doesn't actually save it. So I didn't create anything yet, but now once I do, it shall. So as I said, first we need to jazz music that just kind of zooms in. Jazz music faintly in the background as they are seated at a apparently romantic table. Sorry, they're in a Mexican restaurant, so it must be romantic. I don't want to move too fast, so we probably have like right here. This is what I have this on for.
Emily.
Oh, I probably should explain. Basically, this right here. This is how long the thing goes for. I need to get an explanation now, don't I? Start with, we'll go here. Up here is a fixture. Do you want to go idle, which is just a camera that does not move? It stays still for the default 30 ticks. Next, we got dolly, which is one that slowly moves forward, ever so slightly, for also 30 ticks, unless you change it to like 100 or something. And then we got circular, which just goes in a circle. I've used it in Crusade episode 1 and 2, I believe, but I haven't used it since. And then we have path, which is the one I was using now. It tends to be my main one I tend to use for most things. This doesn't move unless you add a second one right here. You put the first one. I also must add S, is this thing right up here. S will allow you to follow through this whole thing and it moves. But if you don't have S on, it doesn't also move your camera. I'll show you what I mean. This, I'm on 1. I don't have it on. And I'm in flight mode, and I go over here, and stop. And then I go back here and press play. It doesn't move. What if I have S on, and then I go over here, I go back here, and then press play, it follows where I was going. That's the best example I got for it. Since I'm going to have them talk, I'm going to zoom in right here. He's going to be the main. What did I see? I also need to zoom in. Yay.
Emily, have you ever...
I figured I'd also have an idle camera. The rest are pretty obvious to figure out, unless you have questions.
Have you ever made a coffee cup out of clay before?
Do about 50. Got about 50, and then you add that plus 30, so 8 equals 80.
Have you
But
ever...
if you really need to be sure and you aren't sure where it is, and you set it to like some absurd number, it'll tell you how many you go to. It's at 67, so set it to 67, and there you go. There's 80 though. Alright, type 80. And then we shall move the camera again. That's too close. Also over the shoulder. Other shoulder, of course. These are just basic camera movements.
Nope. Most of my creations with clay turned out to be more abstract and less practical.
So see his head move down around there. Here. I'm gonna do a dolly to zoom in very slowly. I would like to be on this side. I could do a cool effect where it's on this side and then it just appears. But since I set it, screw that. I want to show you me setting it down. Him setting it down.
Actually...
Oh, okay. So, side note, sometimes it doesn't appear because I have a second character over there and it just kind of messes it up. So you have to look at it correctly for it to actually appear on the screen.
What about you?
Actually... Actually, yes. I wanted you...
Odd. Gotta get the perfect area that I'm okay with. Just looks weird like that. Looking directly at it. So I guess we'll just sit this way.
What about you?
I wanted you to be the first person to look at this. I've been learning pottery.
I'm not exactly the greatest at camera angles, but they're not awful usually. Another dolly.
Pottery.
Wow, Jake, it's gorgeous.
100. Another idol. This is to save the camera profile, by the way. Back over here.
I...
Put this up to like 1.5.
I made it for you.
You could do something like this if you want to. Feels weird, but I mean, it works.
I made it for you.
Seriously?
Like a little slow zoom in.
I made it for you.
Seriously?
Want to give you an example of all the camera angles?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Seriously?
Absolutely. Would you like me to show you how? Would you like me to show? Absolutely.
Well, it might feel weird to the rest of it because it's all zoomed out. I figured I'll just leave it at this for now.
I made it for you.
Seriously?
Absolutely. Would you like me to show you how?
And 145, 75. I'm gonna do a dolly, but backwards. Negative. It's not where I meant to put it. Negative. 1.2.
Absolutely! I would love that! That sounds like a lot of fun.
And 5. Put that. And then once I go to the end of it, go right to that, press path, and then plus, and you can move the camera and it should go right off of that. Let's go to 6D. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 90. We'll zoom out just to feel so cool. There we go. Now I watch the whole thing.
Emily, have you ever made a coffee cup out of clay before?
Nope. Most of my creations with clay turned out to be more abstract and less practical. What about you?
Actually, yes. I wanted you to be the first person to look at this. I've been learning pottery.
Wow, Jake! It's gorgeous!
I made it for you.
Seriously?
Absolutely. Would you like me to show you how?
Absolutely! I would love that! That sounds like a lot of fun.
You may have noticed the slight jitters. That tends to happen with anything. Especially if you try to record with OBS and you have your render distance to like fucking 2030 or something like that. And then you try to re-record it, it's gonna be a little laggy. I got a pretty alright computer, so it runs almost fine, just not good enough. That's what you think called Minema. The Minema mod. I'll also put the mods in the description as well. All the mods that I use and all that. But you'd have to go through this little setup. I believe it's in here. Mod options. Minema. Config. Encoding. And then I believe you just have to fill out this, the encoder path. You need to get the ffmpeg.exe and put that somewhere in your folders. And then you gotta put this into the mod config so it can find it. That's just so you can put it into MP4, I believe, MP4 format, so it actually downloads like that. And that's how you can get Minema to work. And Minema basically downloads the video, or at least renders it in an offline environment, so it doesn't lag at all. And it'll look like this. The audio is going to be a bit weird, because it's going to be going slower than the rest of the actual rendering. So the audio is going to be ahead of the rendering itself. So I'll show you what it happens. It's a little bit slower, but you can hear the audio ahead of it.
Emily, have you ever made a coffee cup out of clay before?
Nope. Most of my creations with clay turned out to be more abstract and less practical. What about you?
Actually, yes. I wanted you to be the first person to look at this. I've been learning pottery.
Wow, Jake! It's gorgeous!
I made it for you.
Seriously?
Absolutely. Would you like me to show you how?
Absolutely! I would love that! That sounds like a lot of fun.
Alright, you can see it's just slowly moving. I do tend to put the the render distance all higher when I record the scene, just so it can see further. That's a really stupid way to say that. Regardless, people, you can see further with it. It just downloads slower, that's the difference. Once it's done, it should appear in whatever folder you saved it as in. But I don't really want to go through the tutorial on how to get mind mode, because that's not the type of video it is. And you don't necessarily need mind mode. That's if you want it to look even smoother. Which is what I'm doing. Have fun. Yay. Yay! Once it's done, does a little pop. Now I can turn my render distance back down. And my FOV back to 90. So yeah, that's that. And it should have saved in... not this folder. I have it in here. This is just the camera profile stuff. We don't particularly need it. I've never really used it, but here's the video itself once it's finished. Downside is it doesn't save any of the audio, it just records all of the screen. No sounds in game, just the video. So when you want to do the video itself, go down to the end of this. You open OBS. I don't know if I can record and probably can. Anyway, open OBS. Yeah. Just make sure your audio all the way up. Oh, and turn off the sound in the scene. Hit record. Press play. I think I have my audio muted for OBS, so it should be fun. There's not really any movement that's actually on the screen. I don't believe. Like, none of the characters really move around. So, it's not anything to worry about. Yay. This is just the ambience, so you can get the background noise of, well, Minecraft, without having to, like, get other sound effects. There we go. OBS. Stop recording. Now we can go here. How to make a blockbuster. Drag it here. I tend to name the video file itself video. And I tend to name the... oh, OBS is over here. OBS file for the ambience. Well, ambience. And then go back into Vegas or whatever video editing software you use. Yay! We don't need any of this anymore because we already have the audio. So now we drop the video in. And we drop, where is it? The ambience in. So now we need to match it up. We do that by, I'll probably have to have this up here so you guys can actually see. I have 2 monitors so you can actually see it. So regardless, to match it up right here, here's the little dot, that's the sound of me starting the scene. As I see the first frame move, I have it usually on. You could have it on best, just lags, so I have it on draft. Right here, and then first scene moves. That's right, get that, drag to the beginning, and you hear the click. Well, I guess you can't really hear it. Right there, and I want to remove the clicking noise. So I keep that, and I remove that part. Scroll out. We don't need audio past it, so delete that. Perfect. Now we have the video and ambience noise. Oh, I have it there. Video and ambience noise. Now, last and obviously least, the sound itself.
Emily, have you ever made a coffee cup?
That's all 3 of them combined. Since there's nothing else you really need other than this scene, you can add sound effects, such as... I also noticed in
Out of clay
Blockbuster,
before?
sometimes when it switches scenes, it's slightly... You can see for like that. You can see it just kind of like... Yeah. It's weird. Doesn't affect
Nope.
much, just a little...
Most of my creations with
Notice.
clay turned out to be more abstract and less practical. What about you?
I want a sound effect for him setting that on a table. So let's look for pandemic sounds. Yes, we gotta pay for those. Set down. Magazine, marbles, thermos, case. Lantern, marbles, case, Splatoon, tool. What? A wallet would be fine. I think this sound would work. Actually, yeah, that would work fine. Download that wave file because it's obviously the best. Obviously the best. Have the sound effect. Drop it here. Match it up.
Actually, yes. I wanted you to be the first.
That's really all we need. Then we can also have sound. We can have music as well if you really wanted to. But I'm sure you know how to add music. Oh, I need jazz. I just realized I forgot about that. Alright, let's go find some jazz music. Romantic jazz music. Like good forms. Modern. That just leaves my train of thought. Here, epidemic sound. Music. Jazz. Oh, it's romantic. We just need to make sure it's romantic. Guess that quite literally fits it. It's gonna hurt my head though. Now the question is, do you want the non-vocal one? I think I'll probably do without it because for restaurants you don't tend to. I think I prefer this one more. Yeah, steal that one. I can use, I've already paid for it. So, I guess it's not stealing. You drag it in. I tend to put music above audio. Actually, I tend to usually have my scenes as... I do one scene for one project. I put one project, one scene, and then I drag all the project files into one format so it's not as laggy. Now I gotta turn it down. Slowly zoom in.
Have you ever made a coffee cup?
I can hear their audio.
Emily, have you ever made a coffee cup out of clay before?
Nope. Most of my
I wanted you to be the first person to look at this. I've been learning pottery.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
There. I keep muting myself because I don't want it to, like, go over the audio.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Basic scene.
Emily, have you ever made a coffee cup out of clay before?
Nope. Most of my creations with clay turned out to be more abstract and less practical. What about you?
Actually, yes. I wanted you to be the first person to look at this. I've been learning pottery.
Wow, Jake! It's gorgeous!
I made it for you.
Seriously?
Absolutely. Would you like me to show you how?
Absolutely! I would love that! That sounds like a lot of fun.
That's the idea. Now you do this fun thing called render. How to make a blockbuster. Save it as your video. I don't know how you render it. Render it how you want. I don't really care. I always save mine as 60 FPS. I don't need to do any higher than that. Minecraft. Render is usually much faster than it does fucking editing, of course. Wasn't much to put on there. Yay. 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 Actually, I'll also put the final scene at the end of the video. I might also make an unlisted and upload it, put it there too. You guys still like get your thoughts on? Pretty basic scene, but you know, might as well. And it's done. Click. That is in fact how you make a blockbuster video. There it is.
Emily, have you ever made a coffee cup out of clay before?
Very cool. That is it. Life is over. I can die. It is about a 2-hour video. I'm definitely gonna make it shorter, but yeah, it's good. It's good regardless. Fun times. Anyway, thanks for watching, you beautiful little peasants. You make me happy, and I got to make this video, so. This totally wasn't stolen from another YouTuber. Don't worry about it.